In this video, you will learn how to clean, replace the burrs, and calibrate a Rancilio Rocky grinder. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, pliers, a stiff brush, a vacuum, and a burr set if replacing the burrs. We recommend cleaning and calibrating based on the following schedule according to how many pounds of coffee you grind in a typical week. Burrs should be replaced when edges become dull. Here's a look at a grinder which is out of calibration and needs cleaning. Build-up like this prevents fine adjustment and results in poor grinder performance. To start, make sure the grinder is unplugged. Dump out any beans in the bean hopper. To remove the bean hopper, fully loosen these 3 screws. It's best to leave the screws loosened in the holes and pull the hopper off rather than trying to remove the screws from the holes with the hopper still on the grinder. Remove the adjustment collar by turning counterclockwise. Use a vacuum to suck out any beans or grounds. If replacing the burrs, now is the time to remove the lower burr. Use pliers or a wrench to keep the center shaft from turning while removing the screws which retain the lower burr. Use a grinder brush or other stiff brush to thoroughly clean the area. Pay special attention to the threads. Debris in the threads can lead to binding and make it difficult to adjust the grind. Now vacuum out the loose debris. Finally, wipe down the internal surface to remove any remaining debris. If replacing the burrs, remove the 3 screws retaining the top burr in the adjustment collar. Use the brush to thoroughly clean the adjustment collar. Give special attention to the threads and the channels cut vertically through the threads. Vacuum away any debris and wipe down. With everything clean, place the new burrs in position and securely tighten the screws holding the burrs in place. The top and bottom burrs are identical, so it doesn't matter which burr is used for top or bottom. Place the adjustment collar on. In order to prevent cross-threading the adjustment collar, we will turn it counterclockwise until we feel and hear it drop down, indicating the threads are in alignment. Now turn the adjustment collar clockwise. If it does not engage properly, stop and repeat the previous step to line up the threads and try again. Continue turning clockwise until you can't turn anymore. This means the burrs are touching. Test by trying to turn the center shaft. If the burrs are touching, the shaft will not turn. Now turn the collar slowly counterclockwise until the center shaft will turn. When it just starts to turn, this is your grinder's zero grind setting. Basically, its finest possible grind. Locate the adjustment stop on the bottom of the bean hopper. On older grinders, it's a non-adjustable screw. On newer Rocky grinders, there's an adjustable stop post. When reinstalling the hopper, the idea is to position the stop on the hopper as close as possible to the counterclockwise side of the internal stop. Rotate the hopper and align the screw holes to bring the stop screw or post as close as possible to the internal stop. On newer Rocky grinders, you can loosen the 2 screws on the adjustment stop to reposition it. It may take some trial and error, but the ultimate goal is to position the adjustable stop as close as possible to the counterclockwise side of the internal stop. Replace the 3 screws holding on the bean hopper. Rocky grinders generally ship from the factory with the hopper numbers calibrated so that 0 represents the finest grind. But after user calibration or burr replacement, these numbers can become arbitrary. If you like, you can use a wax pencil or other method of marking your 0 grind point. If you have a newer Rocky with an adjustable stop and you repositioned it, then regardless of what the numbers say on the hopper, you are set to 0. On older models with a non-adjustable stop screw, turn the grinder on and rotate the hopper until you hear the burrs touch, then back off slightly. When the noise stops, you are at 0. Use a wax pencil or other method to mark this point on the hopper. If you need more assistance, contact the Whole Latte Love Tech Department at 888-411-5282. Whole Latte Love is your source for expert coffee information with more than 200 videos including how-tos, recipes, machine comparisons, maintenance, and more.